This is it, the moment these guys have been waiting for. It is the grand finals for the European region, AWC Season 2.
All right, this time does not come around often. You do not want to miss it here. Who's going to be the champions of Europe? Met and Raikou and Waz are just stepping in right away with the classic Rogue Mage Priest. Admiral's Esports are starting with the same comp that they start the previous series in the semifinals, which is that Beast Mastery Hunter, Death Knight, and Paladin. And this is a composition that can run a mage down, one of the most difficult compositions to kite in the game. So Raikou is going to have to be on point in this matchup. Yeah, let's see if he can survive. Well, next is in crowd control. No medallion for himself, but Raikou is getting pressured by Swapsy. Swapsy just doing so much damage to Raikou time and time again, cutting through the temporal. They're racing the temporal a bit here. Raikou holds on, and with Ray of Hope, he's going to be stable as Met is dumping in big heals to keep him topped and keep him aggressive onto Jamie. They need to try and find a polymorph onto next as soon as possible, but instead they grip Raikou out on the stun. Beautiful grip play from Met there to deny the freezing trap. They stun Jamie. They stall defensive Ring of Frost to hit all of those pets, but they grip Raikou away from the Ring of Frost. He's stunned in the middle of the map. Jamie is going for crowd control. They get the freezing trap onto Met. Now they need damage. Where is the pressure? Raikou's just not taking any damage right now. Frost Nova onto the whole team. Swapsy going to break free. He gets put into a polymorph. Met is into a stun. He's trying to sit through this. Raikou displaces back. Waz is trying to take control, but he gets double blinded. Raikou's alone behind the pillar looking for crowd control. He finds it. At 30% health, he goes aggressive and finds his sheep. He's going for the kill onto Jamie. Are they ready to trade? They drop the anti-magic shield, and it looks like with that defense and a blessing of protection that Jamie should survive in this instance. They need to be careful though. Raikou immediately spell steals that blessing of protection. I think Jamie, they're going to need to cancel those blessing of protections in the future because their damage is just going to completely stop if Raikou is able to do that frequently.
MVP plays from Raikou right there. They force out the anti-magic zone. They force out the bubble. And already the human racial there from Next. They could actually swap to Next and try to take him down. But right now, Matt sitting through the Diamond Dice. Kidney shot there connects onto Jamie. And they don't find any CC just yet. Onto Next. Cheap shot into a full fear. Jamie in a lot of trouble. Aspect of the turtle is going to come out here for Jamie. Full sheep out of that fear onto Next. If Raikou can find another resheep here, they could potentially take Jamie down through that turtle. Can they find it? They do find a resheep. And Jamie gets absolutely deleted here. Echo takes game number 1 in quick fashion. Raikou actually sent his Arcane Surge into the turtle just to get that big, boost of spell damage that you get from that Arcane Surge, just to get that extra spell power. So as soon as that turtle ends, he's going to have that big hit of damage on his missiles. He's going to have that empowered, damage on his missiles and his barrage there at the end. He had a touch of the Magi there as well. Gives him full charges, and it gives him that execute on his barrage, with Jamie being sub 35%. So yeah, and right now Jamie is sitting through another kidney shot here. It's looking good so far. The best they've looked in this matchup. They managed to get a stun onto Raikou. He's going to trinket out of that. Asphyxiate Swapsies all over him. Big damage coming out here with the Apocalypse. And Jamie once again pushing forward here, looking for the freezing trap. Mass kiting it though so far. Waz all over Jamie here, taking him down to about 50% HP. Ring of Frost coming out here onto the pet.
They're so close.
He's dropping very low. They almost take him down, but the Ray of Hope blocks the kill for just a second. Ring of Frost comes out for Raikou. He gets stunned on it. Gets stopped once again from the Ray of Hope. The defensive Dragon's Breath coming out here for Raikou. Big heals in the backline from Next, keeping Jamie offensive. There's the blessing of protection. He needs to cancel that now. Next has no mana left. Matt has a little bit to work with still. They need to try to push down Raikou right now. Jamie's getting way too aggressive here, dropping very, very low, and that's going to be an anti-magic shot from Swapsy onto Jamie. Full kid shot connects onto Jamie. This could be where he falls. He needs to be very, very careful. No mana left onto Next. They just need to stay alive and do damage. Can Echo do it, or will Raikou fall?
Double blinding sleet. They need more crowd control. They've got it. Hammer of Justice. Raikou is on the run. Swapsy trinkets out of the stun. He needs to connect, but Waz is peeling everything. He's not letting anybody get to Raikou, and Raikou displaces back away from Swapsy. Med jumps into the Spirit of Redeemer, and now they're going for the kill. They've turned it around. Next is Divine Shield, but maybe not. Huge pressure from Swapsy. Raikou is retreating for his life right now. Both teams in shambles. Nothing left on either side. The next swell of momentum is going to decide this, and it's swinging in favor of Admiral's Esports. Raikou is just constantly on the run. Waz scattershot on his cheap. Jamie's moving in, but a Ring of Frost hits all of the pets. That Ring of Frost getting huge value for Raikou, denying so much damage. He's moving out in the middle of the map to set up for the kill, but do they have the time to do it? Med drops that Apotheosis. He's bombing in heals, but dampening is quite high. 25%. Is he going to be able to deal with the damage? He trinkets out, but the damage is overwhelming, and Admiral's Esports are so close. They do it. They do the impossible. They take game 2 just when they had nothing left. I mean, Waz is still actually playing this out, even with no mana left onto him. Maybe he can pull this off.
Jamie's still trying to kite right now, but There's no way here, Waz. He's going to duck out, but an unbelievably close second game here. And Admiral Esports are showing signs of life.
He's going to stop his pets from attacking and not break that crowd control. Port back behind the pillar and away from it. Now Jamie is exposed in the middle of the map. He feigned death, trying to stop some cast, get a little bit of damage reduction. Decent damage though on Channel. Are they actually going to do it? No, Jamie's falling behind at the same time and has to use Aspect of the Turtle first. They're trying to control Swapsy with Sheeps and Frost Novas, but he gets a grip, double blinding Sleet. Can they get any crowd control off this? Doesn't look like Jamie's in position for the freezing trap. Next is charging in on top of Swapsy, trying to stay on target on Channel. They don't have a lot of options. That swap onto Jamie was devastating. Swapsy's continuing to stay aggressive. That fell storm from Chanimal's pets, cleaving Swapsy as he's trying to get distance. He gets Intim stunned. He's going to trinket out of that. He wants to keep his pressure going. Jamie's sitting through polymorphs. Next,
Swapsy out in open field, dragging them away from his healer and constantly teleporting behind the pillars. And every single time he does that, Next is putting the crowd control, and Swapsy could be on his last leg right now. Big damage coming out. Riker procs a bloodlust with the ice events. Frostbolts are being turreted in with the flurries, and that's going to be a sheep there onto Jamie. Riker getting a lot of control here onto Jamie. Next with no mana left. Sacrifice will block the kill for just a second, but still a lot of damage left here on that Frost Mage. Big hits coming out though onto Chanimal. He eats the freezing trap once again, and that's going to be a blessing and protection coming out. And now Swapsy on his last leg behind the pillar, getting absolutely crushed here by the demons of Chanimal. Riker blinks in, trinketing out of the stun, looking for the ring of fire, looking for the pressure. Next is rotting down. Jamie is rotting down. Swapsy is rotting down as well, and I think Echo has them on the ropes.
They've got one last chance. Divine Shield comes up in 1 second, but he gets interrupted by Chanimal. That could be a game-winning interrupt. Jamie's crushed. Raikou finishes him, and Echo take game 3 and continue to hold their advantage.
A trinket for it, so they could just try to set up with a blind. I think also Wes running smoke bomb, at least he was yesterday, so that could be another option here onto Jamie. He's taking so much damage. There's the full blind into a full kidney onto Next, and that will force out the bubble and overlap though with the anti-magic
he got
full
indeed.
massive spell coming out into a full sheep, and I think that is it for Jamie here. So much damage coming out. Do they have any follow-up? Riker gets another sheep. Man is there. Dragon's Press connects. Man gets the triple DR fear. Jamie trying to stay alive behind the pillar, and he manages to survive, but they don't want to survive. They want to be the ones pushing the pace in the matchup. Echo so far dominating.
They need to get the gas pedal on the floor right now. They need to pressure Raikou if they want to still win this. Sacrifice comes through for Next. This is their last bolster of defense. They need to stay on target. Jamie's trying to go after him, but Raikou blinks back behind the pillar. They can't attack him. Jamie's just poking Waz, but he's not really going to be doing too much. He needs to get on target as soon as possible. He roots Waz, but he needs a freedom. He just can't move at the moment. Now the cheap shots are coming in. Big damage from Raikou with that Arcane Orb. They get a full fear. Mind Game's being casted. They interrupt the Mind Games, and now they can't stop the sheep. They anti-magic shield the sheep onto Next. Insane play from Swapsy in this moment. They trap Meh. They're trying to turn it around, but Next's anti-magic shield is over. He's susceptible to crowd control. Raikou is blinking in. He's trying to get the sheep. They drop the zone, but Jamie disengages out of the anti-magic zone. A critical misplay at this moment in time, and Next is trying to heal him, but he gets off-kicked by Waz. Waz is on top of both of them. Crowd control for the whole team. Next pops the stun. Jamie is stunned up. Is he going to pick him up? He trinkets into another cheap shot. Mez there for the double fear and the kill. And Echo now moved to match point. Ready to play. Chanimal comes off the bench. He ain't rusty at all on the mage lock. He's ready to go. And if Echo is ready to go, like, I don't know who is going to be able to beat them here. The way he's trying to fish out for a Tyrant, but his healer is still crowd controlled. Waz gouges the Tyrant. They drop a Ring of Frost. That Tyrant is fully contained. There's nothing they can do. Smoke Bomb comes down. Is he going to survive? It's match point, and it is so much damage. They might control him low on the Unending Resolve, trying to eat potentially the lay on hands from Next, but Next is patient with his heals. He's not overlapping them. Now they're turning it around. Cloak of Shadows forced from Waz with that crowd control onto Met and Raikou. Now they're fearing Waz away, trying to get the Dreadstalkers out, trying to build that Legion of Pets. They're really targeting down the Outlaw Rogue. Full blind onto Next. Swapsy going to port back behind the pillar. Waz grapples over. Does he have crowd control for Next? He's got a kidney shot. Jamie has Ancestral Guidance up. He's going to be healing the team quite a lot. A lasso onto Waz. He can't connect onto Swapsy, but Raikou is soloing Swapsy. These missiles doing so much pressure onto him. He gets interrupted. It's still match point. The pressure is on. Wincher onto Mez. Mind control. Jamie's trying to find a Hex, but he's not able to finish the cast. He's just under so much pressure. They get a fear onto Met instead, and Waz is going to retreat away during that fear. Raikou Raikou is just resetting cooldowns with the shifting power, but they left Meh behind in the middle of the map. They're trying to blast him down here as the Dreadstalkers are launched, but Waz is chasing down Swapsy. He's in line of his port, so I don't really like the positioning right now. They unleash shield, root Waz away from Swapsy. Still not comfortable. He's trying to get a Tyrant. He's trying to go for the kill, but Waz blocks it. Cloak of Shadows is up. He's immune to magic damage, and he is just gunning down Swapsy, whose wall comes up in 1 more second. Can he survive to it on any resolve available? Next is pulling off Miracles, man. He's a newcomer to the AWC. He's facing down the Goliath, the Titans that are Echo. He's keeping his team alive into the 7-minute mark at this point, into the grand final, setting them up for the best possible situation. They can still do this.
It's still possible right now. Waz with no Cloak of Shadows, no Trinket, Meh, basically no mana left. Activates the Apotheosis, pushes in. Raikou procs the Bloodlust, looking for the Arcane Surge, trying to fake as Jamie, but Jamie is pushing him back, pinning him at the pillar. Arcane Surge coming out there onto one of those little imps there, just to get the buff there for Raikou. And here comes the damage onto Swapsy. Sacrifice comes through though for Next. Preemptively, they're anticipating the crowd control and now getting aggressive, spamming out the Flash of Lights onto Swapsy. Still so much damage coming out here, and Mind Control actually being casted out by Meh into a full sheep here onto Next. Counterspell onto Swapsy. That's going to be the unending result. Immediately being popped. 39% dampening. They need to find the damage here. Double Fear coming out onto Jamie and Swapsy. Full gouge onto Swapsy, and I think this is going to be it. Swapsy so low HP. Teleports away, trying to stay alive. Waz is right behind him, trying to chase him down. Swapsy with the demonic soul burn, trying to kite and trying to stay away, and he is able to recover once again. Next working Miracles bubbles out of the kidney shot. They need counter pressure immediately. Raikou's in a full hex. Waz is dropping down to half HP. How are they going to stay alive? Meh still has answers. He can't be too greedy. The Guardian Spirit comes out onto Waz. Swapsy teleporting away once again with the soul burn, demonic portal, and he's going to be able to close the gap here. Waz once again gets coiled on the Shadow Step. Demonic Tyrant has been summoned, and they might have enough pressure here to take down Waz, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Swapsy gets dropped. Echo will win the grand finals in Europe against Admiral Esports 4-1.
Again, in Season 2, Echo will remain undefeated, uncontested, first place of Europe. They will be your champions, and they're just looking just polished, on fire. So many classes, so many comps, so versatile and so clean. And it's just now, like, how are these teams going to level up moving forward into the future? Because these guys are just too good.
Second win for the expansion. How does that feel? Must be on top of the world.
It feels good. Yeah, I don't know. We won in Shadowlands as well, basically playing the same team, except now we have Chan instead of Chaz. But I mean, it feels great. It feels good. But when we won, Chan was like, "There's zero excitement. I don't feel anything."
You said there's zero excitement?
I don't feel anything.
Lose,
That
they
sounds so
ruin.
much-
Win, feel nothing.
Sounds so much like him, unfortunately. I can see it. Super Tease, did you have a question? I think I cut you off.
I mean, did you guys think that Admiral's Esports were going to even be able to win a game? Did you think that their Hunter Death Knight was threatening? Maybe if they had more time on that comp, if that comp would have been something that could be able to beat you?
I mean, PHDK we knew could be hard because like we only picked up Outlaw on Wednesday since they got buffed, right? And Mage Lock is good into PHDK, but I don't think it's good into LSP. So we needed like a comp that could like beat both. And Subfire, I think, is not good at all into PHDK. So Arc and Outlaw was good because we could like play both versions.